Jason, Paul Davis Restoration of Morris and Passaic Counties. We're on the job today, live on location, and with me is Keith Gangitano from ZeppelinGuys.com.
Yep.
The manufacturer and inventor of the AIRWALL containment system.
We got an unboxing.
Keith was kind enough to fly up here from California, and we're going to do an unboxing of the AIRWALL system. We're going to do a setup for an entire whole house mold job. These are the Connects systems, and what these systems enable you to do is connect lay flat or tubing for different configurations for your negative air.
Yeah, so basically we have two products here. We have the Connects, we have the Connects Plus. The Connects is ideal for setting up with your air machine, right, with your negative air machine. Connecting your lay flat to your negative air machine is always a problem. This just makes that easier. What you're holding right there is the Connects Plus, which can also do the same job, but because it's a four-way splitter, and you can see that right there. All right. So you can connect to your machines, you can connect to lay flat, you can connect to PVC ducting, rigid ducting, anything you got. And you can also lop off different sections, so if you don't want to have one side, you only want to have a three-way splitter, you can just close that off.
So that's awesome. This will allow you to actually connect lay flat for either a longer run or multiple pieces of lay flat or ducting.
Yep.
So basically this is a coupler.
It's a coupler, and it works to connect your negative air machine easily to lay flat, so you're not wrapping tape and everything else around it, that type of thing.
Right.
But another thing that's really important too is if you're running your lay flat through, let's say, a traditional plastic barrier, if you lose pressure inside that lay flat, it collapses down to nothing, and now you have an opening right straight through.
Right.
Because this is rigid, right? You punch it through, it maintains.
It'll maintain its shape.
It maintains its shape.
Perfect.
So it works a lot of different ways, and because we actually put this loop on here, and because this thing's so light, it's actually easy to hang from the ceiling. So if you want to run your ducting overhead,
gotcha,
remove trip hazards,
right,
and just make the job safer and easier to work, you can do that too. Because lay flat's light, and so are these.
The great thing about this systems, everything Keith has comes in its own pouch.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, everything's protected. It's got a carabiner, you can clip them together.
You know what I use a carabiner for? We included it in every Connects and Connects Plus, and we did it for two reasons. Number one, the ideal is that you have a Connects connected to every negative air machine in your shop, because that way you never lose it, right?
And you don't forget it.
You don't forget it. So this just clips to the handle, probably not the power cord, but something,
right,
you just clip it on there, it stays with the machine, it goes where the machine goes. The other thing you could do is, if you wanted to, if you were, as I mentioned, hanging it from the ceiling, you could pop this off.
Perfect.
And hang that from some, whatever you come up with.
Right.
You restoration guys are very creative.
Yeah, we get things done.
We get things done, exactly. You're looking at two Nexus right now.
These look like big boys.
Yes. Now that is one of your extensions. We were just making sure on this job especially that we would have the option to go to the ceiling in a 9-foot application, just to be sure. Turns out we're dealing with 8-foot ceilings,
so we're safe.
We're okay there.
And this right here is the Nexus itself.
Right. There you go.
So I got to tell you, this stuff is heavy. This is like it's like a raft.
It is. Fortunately, the whole thing only weighs 25 pounds in the bag.
But it's a heavy weight.
But it's a heavy. It's a very thick, very high performance fabric. And it's actually 4 layers, because obviously there's the outer shell. Right. But there's also 5 individual air bladders in there, and those are double-sided. So you have a lot of barriers between you and the bad stuff.
This is. I would definitely go whitewater rafting on this.
Absolutely.
So yeah, this is major. So this is basically going to be a temporary wall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it works on the tension pushing up and down between the ceiling and the floor.
Gotcha.
That's how it works. So it's a little bit larger than the room, and it transfers that energy up and down.
So it's a compression fitting.
It's a compression fitting.
Perfect.
That's it. Exactly. And where it touches the building, In this case, we're touching it right now. This is a nice soft, we call it an edge seal.
Right.
This actually is a very soft, filled with a pillow material. So it adapts to irregularities in the surface, ensuring a good seal. But it also protects the painted surfaces or the millwork or whatever else you might encounter.
And you got flanges here to seal on both ends.
Yeah, and to cover the zippers so they're not scratching up your paint.
Yep, that's awesome.
Right? And what's cool about this is if you actually join two walls together at a corner,
Right.
you would actually put this on the back side, you zip it together, and it actually completes the seal. It's
All right.
a very versatile little thing. It also works when we use a UDC or a dust curtain as a standalone.
Okay.
So everything does more than one thing.
And the key thing is, with these, we no longer need tape, extension poles. We don't have to protect surfaces.
Right.
So, you know, especially days like today where humidity is 85%, you put even painter's tape. Painter's tape goes up on painted trim. There's always the risk of pulling that paint off.
Yep.
Especially if it's been sitting there for 3-4 days on a larger job. This just takes that out of the equation.
Yeah, and you're not showing up with a kit that has to be assembled. You're not having to cut plastic to size and build something. Everything,
Right.
you know, you're not building anything. You're just putting this together.
You're blowing it up.
You're blowing it up, you're putting it together.
So,
And then you just roll it up. Okay, so what you have here is the frame for the decon chamber.
Gotcha.
Okay, now I have had some people notice this is just PVC. It is. We did that totally on purpose. Could we have built something that was proprietary? Sure. But if one of these gets lost, you can go to the Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever else.
and get 3/4 inch PVC.
Exactly right. Exactly.
And this
right.
is just Schedule 80 PVC.
Yeah, we use Schedule 80 here on the verticals, just for more vertical strength.
Right.
This is Schedule 40. All the fittings are all standard. We actually provide a cut list, so if you actually do need to go and get it, you know exactly what length to cut it at. It's a piece of cake. The cool thing is we tried to make it as easy as possible. Everything white is horizontal.
Everything gray is
Everything gray is vertical.
vertical. So this
super easy to
brings
put together.
me back to my first mold certification.
Is that right?
All right, 15 years ago, where part of the course was you had to set up a decon chamber.
Yeah.
They gave you spray adhesive, poles, and said, figure it out.
Figure it out.
You know, and all the
And you're like wrapping a Christmas present.
Oh,
and you're like,
forget it. All the MacGyvers got together, and nothing looked like a decon chamber.
And actually, when you put these together now, the decon chamber is one of the fastest things to go together.
Yeah, you're making
Instead of
a
spending-
rectangle.
Yeah, instead of spending 45 minutes to an hour making a plastic box,
Right.
you put this frame together and you slip the cover over
Yep.
it and you're done. All right. So what you're opening now is what we call the UDC,
Universal dust curtain.
Universal Dust Curtain, and Decon Chamber. Now, I want to point something out to everybody watching here. When you buy stuff from us, you're going to see a lot of these. This is us telling you, please, please, watch the videos. This is really easy stuff to use, but you've never done it before. So do yourself a favor. We made short videos on every step of the way. Watch them.
And I will attest to that. The first time we used the window units,
Yeah.
I was like, well, what's going on here? This thing's too wide. And when I called you, what'd you say? Did you watch the video? I said, of course not. I'm a man.
It's not.
We don't watch videos. Well, we watched the video.
There you go.
This is the dust curtain.
Yep. Now this is good. Let's start with this here. So with the dust curtain, you're going to get this little pack of goodies here.
Mhm.
These are the parts that make this thing complete. We'll be showing that in later videos, what's actually in here. What you also have inside here is basically it's a curved tent pole. We're also going to show that how that works out.
Okay.
And then sitting on top is the UDC itself. Now this thing is 8 by 10.
So we're not going to
We're not going to
unfold this
open that
now.
right here. Yeah, we're
We'll-
going to do that later.
We'll do that inside. We did a whole setup of the AIRWALL system, and we're going to show you not only how easy it is to use, but the benefits of using it and why we've chosen at Paul Davis to incorporate AIRWALL into our protocols.
It's a product demo. 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 It's a product demo.
All right, so I don't know. I got to be honest. I mean, I don't know about all of this. You know, there's a lot of play here, and I'm old school. You know, I put plastic up. I want to make sure there's no gaps. I want to see it's tight. I don't know. I mean, let's go take a look at the other side. All right, so I gotta say, I was a little skeptical, Keith.
Yeah.
You know, from the front side, it looked kind of gimmicky to me.
Okay.
You know, there was some
Don't
play.
hold back, Jason.
No, I'm, I'm doing this a minute. It just felt, a little gimmicky. Like I can go to CVS, buy a cheap pool float, and do the same thing.
Uh-huh.
And again, I'm old school, man. I'm used to, 6 mil fire rated poly. When I put it up, it looks like a window.
Yeah.
It looks like it was built with the house. And I looked at this and I was like, all right. But we come to the backside, and here's your critical areas. Everything here is flush.
Yeah.
There's nothing coming through here.
No.
The floor is sealed. I mean, this is what you want your containment to be. I mean, dust protection, containment is...
Thermal barrier. Noise.
Well, we're noisy.
Very much so. Yeah.
But, our goal for our application is to prevent cross-contamination, to keep the unaffected area clean, and to make sure the inside is secure enough to pass post-testing. And this is what it does.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have no problem now doing my standard mold protocol in here and doing a PRV and passing.
Yeah.
So, for the amount of time it takes, the fact that when I'm done here, I mean, personally, I would spray this down with some disinfectant, wipe it with a clean rag, do the same thing on the reverse side, pack it up, put it back in the case, and we're off to the next job.
Yeah. I mean, technically, on the clean side, you don't even need to do the spray.
Just HEPA-vac it.
At most. It should have stayed clean.
Yeah. So you know what? Let's see what you can do on the next spot.
There you go.
Because
Let's do it.
this is square, pretty generic. Let's see.
Let's get some irregularities involved.
Yep.
All right.
Let's do real world work.
Let's do it. Without further ado, second wall.
All right, shop vacs a little faster.
A little bit faster. When we first started doing this, that was the whole point. We figured everybody's got a shop vac. And
Now these zippers are how you get the air bladders in.
yeah, they're how we get them in. But I'm really glad you asked that question, because I told you redundancy is super important, right? But we also recognize that redundancy is required because failures will happen. Something's going to happen.
Right.
Could be a defect in manufacturing. I don't want to think about that, but could just more likely be someone punctures it. So if one of these bladders needs to be replaced, you can actually unzip this, remove this valve here, and you can pull the
Just
whole
pull it
bladder
right out. Patch it. or-
patch it, put it back up. don't have to do a tape measure. You don't have to. It's
Right.
You know, you just make your adjustments how you want. Our goal here is to fill in that gap, and then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna firm everything up. And then we're gonna turn this wall and run that way. All right, so now, once again, I'm gonna get that nice and tight. That's it. Nice, strong barrier.
Yeah.
Got a nice joint right here. We're gonna trail this off. We're gonna divide this thing diagonal. In this case, because our opening here at the end is just over 4 feet, and this is a 5-foot wall, we're gonna actually set up a curve.
Right.
Okay?
Yep.
So it's gonna go up pretty fast. Don't blink, you'll miss it. Okay. Now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go on the other side.
And
we're gonna firm it up.
inflate.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, and have the little one here.
So one thing I've noticed about the system is that you've got baseboard heating all along the floor here. Because of the flexibility, it actually contours around the baseboard heating, giving you a better seal than traditional poly. So if we were doing plastic right here, there's no way you would get plastic to cover the individual ridges in the baseboard heating, allowing for a minimal amount of possible cross-contamination. With, again, the flexibility of this unit, it's wrapping around not only the base trim, but the baseboard heating. So right now, Keith is on the inside of this wall, topping off the air, and we're gonna see how this really takes shape and adheres to this opening.
So now, go ahead.
That's tight.
Yeah, it ain't going anywhere. The UDC, if we had a complicated part, this would be it. Because it's got a lot of stuff going on,
Right.
But it has to do a lot of stuff. It's got to filter the air. It's got to let you get air in and out both different ways. Let it
Right.
get people in and out. And we got to integrate with these cool inflatable walls and a decon chamber. So we're asking a lot of it.
Right.
And it all has to fit in a duffel bag. And by the way, one of my proudest designs on this is my flexible box beam, which I'm going to show you. Rolls up. I'm going to open this up. Out here. Okay. So now we have to build our box beam. Okay. So we're going to take our little kit here. Got a bunch of little goodies in it. Straps we're going to save for later. Comes later in the process. So we'll set those aside. But what we do need are these little loops here. Okay. That's going to come in to help support our rod later, and then a bracket for each one of these positions. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to feed that in there. In fact, once you've used your dust curtain once, you probably just leave this in place. Honestly,
The D-rings.
yeah, the D-rings, probably just going to leave them in place. That's the real. And then all you do is you feed that little spoon through, then you feed it underneath the webbing, and then through the other D-ring, and that's that. These, a lot easier to just... These straps here, this is what gives it its structure. This is what makes it all nice and tight.
Now, is this a sidewall or is this the bottom?
One more time.
Is this a sidewall or the bottom?
This is the top.
This is the top.
This is the top. Yeah,
All
this
right.
is what makes sure that this gap, this 5-foot gap between walls,
Okay.
is firm up against the ceiling.
Same thing as a door. It's like a header.
Yeah,
That's like a
you're
header,
making.
or not a portable, but a
Yep.
header,
On a door or whatever.
a lentil. They call them lentils on
Yep.
yeah, brick structures and stuff. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
rising, no plastic tomb. A fortress born in inflatable gloom. Let facility managers heed the call. For Zeppelin guys, build cleaner wall. Ash and dust, the silence screams. A tape-bound tomb of shattered dreams. Fantastic ghosts in worksite air. Till Zeppelin guys rose from despair. Steel and flame, the barriers fall.
Now, what we got going on right now behind this is we got the door set up in a C
Right.
for easier movement of like debris and whatever else.
Yep.
But we've already got negative air. You can see it going tight already.
Yep.
Right? And then if you want it in a working position, you put it in the J, and your T-flap will help you maintain good solid negative air. We got a lot of negative air going on there. Very nice.
So you know what that means? You need more makeup here.
Yeah, well, there you go. So let's open up that filter a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and open up that filter. That's the tunable part. So you had a question about this.
Yep.
Okay. So basically what this, we call this the ACV, the atmospheric check valve. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's tunable. So depending on how much negative air you're running, you're going to have to make up that
Right.
amount of air, right?
Right.
So by raising and lowering these zippers, if I go here, I've got a full 12 by 24 filter.
Right.
But if I'm running like a little 500 CFM or something, I'm not going to need that much. So I can zip this down, right? And that kind of tunes it and balances
Okay.
the right amount of negative air, right? And then if you do happen to have a power failure, that magnet at the bottom is going to make
Nice.
sure that you're not going to get a puff through on this filter and
Right.
launch a bunch of stuff.
All right.
It also makes sure that you're going to maintain that chamber even in the case
Yep.
of a power failure. So pretty straightforward, but it is very adjustable and very usable.
All right, cool.
Okay, everybody, this is all about sound attenuation and how it's going to make your job site just a whole lot more pleasant for everybody involved. You can see behind me that we've got two HEPA 500s running right now. And the sound is here. I'm having to raise my voice to communicate with you. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and close that wall, and you're going to hear it. And now I can speak to you in a normal voice. And that means that whatever's happening on this side of the wall, whether it's just normal conversation or the homeowners living over here, just makes everything more pleasant. So thank you for watching. It's been a fun demonstration. So if you guys have liked what you've seen here today, you can reach out to me many different ways. You can always reach out to me directly with my cell phone, which is 408-247-9255 or 408-AIRWALL. You can reach out to me by email, keith@zeppelinguys.com. That zeppelinguys.com is also our website. It's www.zeppelin, like the band, ZEPPELIN, and then guys, GUIS.com. We're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn, we're on Instagram. Check us out. We've got tons of videos on YouTube. This is my favorite topic by far, so if you just want to reach out and chat and talk about your problems in restoration and how we might be able to help you with it, love to have those conversations. So thanks for watching. I look forward to having more conversations with you all in the future.
AIRWALL rising, no plastic tomb. A fortress born in inflatable gloom. Let facility managers heed the call. For Zeppelin guys, build cleaner wall. Ash and dust, the silence screams. A tape-bound tomb of shattered dreams. Fantastic ghosts in worksite air. Till Zeppelin guys rose from despair. Steel and flame, the barriers fall. Inflate the beast, they call it AIRWALL. Temperature clean by engineers design. Reusable wrap, containment's crown. Born to lift, never let you down. In halls of decay where bacteria breed, the air wall marches, no need to bleed. A storm of control in an air-filled shell where silence rules and odors fail. Air wall rising, let the walls breathe fire. From sound to stench, it slays the mire. Exhaust burns clean through grime and fog. The nexus wakes, restoration's gone. Restoration's gone. Air wall rising, no plastic tomb. A fortress born in inflatable gloom. Let facility managers heed the call for Zeppelin